This is the affidavit that was under seal, the United States District Court of Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division, and it is the matter of the search of the HP desktop computer bearing serial number 2UA8480JG51506, application and affidavit for a search warrant, and the unauthorized access of a computer, thereby obtaining information from the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and it is by Matt Laux, Special Agent, Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General. The date is February 27th, 2020 in Chicago, Illinois. So this is their filing of that, and I'm going to go through and read it page by page. They had pictures and all of the supporting documentation for that. And Jennifer Bonjean filed this 7/31/2022, July 31st, 2022, after she had previously put in a motion to the courts for access to the sealed documents. It states that Matt Laux, being duly sworn, states as follows: I am a special agent with the Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General, OIG. I have been so employed since approximately 2008. As part of my duties as a Department of Justice, Office of the Inspector General Special Agent, I investigate various criminal violations, including the unlawful disclosure of sensitive government information, bribery, fraud, theft, narcotics, trafficking, money laundering, ethics violations, and other official misconduct. Prior to my employment with the DOJ-OIG, I was a special agent with the U.S. Secret Service for approximately 6 years. I have received training in the preparation and service of criminal complaints and arrests and search warrants, and I have participated in the execution of numerous search and arrest warrants during my career. This affidavit is made in support of an application for a warrant to search a black HP desktop computer bearing the serial number 2UA8480JG51506 that is currently in the care and custody of OIG, the subject computer, for evidence and instrumentalities described further in Attachment B concerning the unauthorized access of a computer to obtain information from the Federal Bureau of Prisons in violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1030A2B. The statement in this affidavit are based on my personal knowledge and on information I have received from other law enforcement personnel and from persons with knowledge regarding the relevant facts. Because this affidavit is being submitted for the limited purpose of securing a search warrant, I have not included each and every fact known to me concerning this investigation. I have set forth facts that I believe are sufficient to establish probable cause to believe that evidence and instrumentalities of violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1030A2B are located within the subject computer. 1. Facts supporting probable cause to search the subject computer. Summary and background information. As described in more detail below, OIG received information from the Federal Bureau of Prisons, BOP, that a BOP employee, Officer A, was suspected of accessing sensitive law enforcement information maintained on BOP's electronic systems and providing that sensitive information to an individual who then released the information on social media platforms. According to a BOP Special Investigative Agent, BOP's TrueView system is an application that contains information on inmates, including inmate emails, inmate telephone calls, inmate visitation lists, and inmate funds. The TrueView system contains information from various other applications and systems existing on BOP's network infrastructure. The information available on the TrueView includes information from BOP application, TrueOne, the inmate telephone system, which houses recordings of inmate telephone calls. TrueView also contains recordings containing inmate visitation logs, inmate emails, and inmate funds. According to BOP Office of Internal Affairs, the TrueView system logs the activity of BOP employees. These logs indicate the date, the time that a BOP employee accessed the TrueView system, as well as the particular inmate whose files were accessed on TrueView by BOP employees. These logs do not contain, however, any further specificity regarding which particular records from within the inmate's files were accessed by BOP employee. According to Officer A's personnel file provided by BOP, Officer A is a former federal BOP disciplinary hearing officer. Officer A was assigned to the Thompson Correctional Center from May 14, 2019 through December 31, 2019. Officer A retired on December 31, 2019, and that facility is in Wisconsin. On November 22, 2019, Warden Russell A. Heisner of BOP Metropolitan Correctional Center, MCC, in Chicago, Illinois, reported an allegation of staff misconduct to BOP Office of Internal Affairs. According to BOP Office of Internal Affairs, earlier in the month, MCC staff had become aware that a YouTube blogger known as TASHAK and using the username Unwind with TASHAK had revealed sensitive law enforcement information regarding inmate A, who was being housed at the MCC. Inmate A is a nationally recognized celebrity whose criminal case has received media attention. According to the BOP Office of Internal Affairs, and based on the review of a YouTube video posted by blogger Tasha K about inmate A, the content revealed by Tasha K was contained in calls made by inmate A that were recorded and maintained by BOP on the TrueView system. In other words, Tasha K revealed information that would have been known to BOP employees who had monitored inmate A's telephone calls or accessed those recordings of the calls. According to the referral of incident report prepared by BOP, the BOP staff that had the authorization to monitor or review these calls were MCC Chicago staff and staff with special investigative systems rights. BOP provided OIG with logs that indicate which employees accessed records from its TrueView system and when these actions occurred. These logs demonstrate which inmates' records a BOP employee accessed using the TrueView system, but do not provide further specificity, such as which particular records within the inmate's files were accessed. Based on my review of the access logs for the period from July 15, 2019 through January 8, 2020, 60 BOP employees accessed inmate A's TrueView records, including Officer A. Based on my review of the access logs, Officer A had accessed inmates A TrueView records 153 times between July 15, 2019 and December 12, 2019. Because Officer A was not assigned to the MCC, Officer A was not authorized and had no official reason to access the records of inmate A during that period. On January 15th, 2020, BOP provided OIG with the subject computer, which was used by Officer A during Officer A's employment at BOP during the period of December 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2019. Since January 15th, 2020, the subject computer has been in OIG's custody. Tasha K's internet postings and Officer A's access of inmate A's records. Law enforcement officials conducted open source research to obtain further information about the blogger Tasha K and any online accounts associated with that username or the username Unwind with Tasha K. Law enforcement officials determined that Tasha K reports on entertainment news and celebrity gossip on multiple social media accounts using the username Unwind with Tasha K, including a YouTube account and an Instagram account. I reviewed the YouTube videos and Instagram posts posted by blogger Tasha K that pertain to inmate A. Tasha K's January 12, 2020 Instagram posts. On January 12, 2020, Tasha K posted a photograph on Instagram that depicted inmate A's BOP visitation list. The photograph appears to be a printout of inmate A's visitation list that was obtained from BOP's TrueView system. The printout header indicates that the visitation record is sensitive but unclassified information. The upper left corner of the photograph of the printout contains the date and time, December 5th, 2019, 8:07 a.m. According to BOP information technology personnel, this information indicates the date and time that the record was accessed on the TrueView system. The TrueView access log shows that Officer A accessed inmate A's records on December 5th, 2019 at 8:07 a.m., the same time that the printout of inmate A visitation log was accessed. Officer A was the only BOP employee to access inmate A's TrueView records on December 5th, 2019 at 8:07 a.m. Other BOP employees accessed inmate A's TrueView records at other times that day. Tasha K, November 7th, 2019, and November 8th, 2019, YouTube videos. On November 7th, 2019, blogger Tasha K posted a video on YouTube titled, Inmate A Can't Control His Girlfriends While Behind Bars. The video is publicly available at, and they give the link, at the 25 minute mark of the video. Tasha K shares information about inmate A and two individuals with whom inmate A has a romantic relationship. At approximately the 26:54 minute mark on the video, Tasha K states that the information came from a phone tap somewhere. Tasha K then divulges information from phone calls involving inmate A, including the specific content of the communications. So you can actually go to that video and go to the minute mark, and you will see Tasha K is talking about RKELLY. I also reviewed on YouTube video posted by blogger Tasha K on November 8th, 2019, titled New Inmate A Enablers Revealed. The video is publicly available at, and he gives the link, beginning at approximately the 1 minute 30 second mark of the video. Tasha begins to scrolling through her mobile phone, and at points in the video appears to be reading a summary of call involving inmate A. Tasha K then divulges information inmate A's phone calls, including the specific contents of the communication. Beginning at approximately 1 hour, 1 minute and 34 second minute mark, she states that she has the plug and this information is all facts. I have reviewed inmate A's jail records from November 7th, 2019, which were recorded and maintained on the TrueView system. Based on my review of the recordings of inmate A's calls, some of the information that Tasha K reveals regarding inmate A is contained in the recordings of inmate A's jail calls from November 7th, 2019. The TrueView access logs show that Officer A accessed inmates A TrueView records twice on November 7th, 2019, the day that inmate A made the phone calls that were discussed by Tasha K. During her November 7th, 2019 and November 8th, 2019 YouTube postings. 4 other BOP employees accessed inmate A's TrueView records on November 7th, 2019. December 22nd, 2019 YouTube video. I reviewed a YouTube video posted by blogger Tasha K on December 22nd, 2019 titled Inmate A's Released Emails Proves He Can't Read or Write. The video is publicly available at, and he gives the link, at the 1 hour 40-minute mark of the video. Tasha K states that she has exclusive messages involving inmate A. Tasha K then proceeds to scroll through her phone and read portions of verbatim language of the email messages between inmate A and another person. Tasha K states that the dates of the emails are November 11th, 2019 and November 14th, 2019. I have reviewed inmate A's email communications, which are housed at the TrueView system, and the information that Tasha K reads during this video is contained in inmate A's email communications. The verbatim passages that Tasha K reads are the email communications themselves that are housed on the TrueView system. I have also reviewed email communications that Officer A sent and received from Officer A's official BOP email address. These emails exist on the BOP network, and BOP provided law enforcement with the emails. On November 13th, 2019, Officer A sent an email from her official BOP email address to a Gmail address. The Gmail address bears Officer A's first initial and last name and appears to be her personal email address. The email contained an attachment named Scan 0001. The attachment is 12 pages long and contains inmate A's records from the TrueView system. The first 4 pages of the email attachment appear to be scans of a printout of inmate A's visitor's log. The corner of each page has been ripped away or obscured in the scanning process. According to BOP information technology personnel, the corner of the pages would have contained the date and time that the record had been accessed. Page 5 of the attachment contains inmate A's funding log, which demonstrates transactions of funds flowing to inmate A and details on those funds, including the name and address of the sender and the amount sent. It states at the bottom, as set forth more fully, a warning banner appearing on all BOP electronic devices states, users should have no expectation of privacy as to any communication on or information stored within the system, including information stored on the network. Emphasis added. Again, the contents of these pages were torn away or obscured, and there is no date or time visible. Page 7 of the attachment includes log information on email communications received by inmate A. It lists the time of the communication and the sender's email address. In handwriting below this log, someone has written, "Calls her cookie from Empire." Pages 9 through 12 contain what appears to be inmate A's email communications. The email communications are dated from the period of November 11th, 2019 through November 13th, 2019. Inmate A's email communications on pages 9 through 12 of the attachment appear to include the emails that Tasha K divulged in her December 22nd, 2019 YouTube video. The subject computer. The subject computer is owned by BOP. Officer A used the subject computer in the course of her duties as the disciplinary hearing officer at the Thompson Correctional Facility. According to BOP records, Officer A used the subject computer between December 1, 2019 through December 31, 2019, which includes some of the period during which Officer A accessed inmates' records of the TrueView system. I have reviewed a BOP policy entitled Computer User Roles of Behavior, which sets forth certain rules for using BOP computer equipment.